The woman who lives alone, moves with quiet confidence and answers to no one. People whisper about her, but no one ever tells the truth. Today, you'll hear the part they're afraid to say out loud. Stay close. This might hit closer than you expect. Hit like on this video, and let's begin. The woman who lives alone, not lost. Reclaimed. People wonder why some women live alone. No boyfriend, no partner, not even searching, but the reason isn't loneliness or lack of options. It's something far more uncomfortable for the world to face. When a woman chooses solitude, she isn't disappearing. She's finally returning to herself. And that kind of return doesn't come with applause or attention. It comes with silence, strength, and freedom most people still fear. She's not lonely. She's selective. She's not cold. She's just done burning for people who never wanted to feel the heat. A woman who doesn't need a relationship to feel whole breaks a system built on female dependency. She shatters an old narrative that says a woman alone is a woman lacking. Most men don't know how to handle a woman who doesn't need rescuing. Most women are still learning how to recognize themselves in that quiet, powerful mirror. Jung's shadow and the fear of female freedom. Carl Jung said everything we deny becomes our shadow. And these solitary women, they aren't failures. They're the shadow society avoids. They are who many dream of becoming but fear embodying. They don't plead for love. They choose. They don't display themselves for attention. They protect their energy. They're not chasing princes. They're guarding their peace. And peace is threatening because it breaks the narrative that a woman must always be partnered to be complete. The presence. People mistake for absence. Her solitude triggers judgment. People call her cold, distant, too much, too little. But her absence is actually a presence that fills a room quietly, undeniably. She's not rejecting love. She's rejecting anything that shrinks her, and until real love arrives, she stands steady, whole, complete. Silence as sanctuary, not punishment. The silence around her isn't emptiness. It's a sanctuary she built to stop losing herself. Those who fear solitude accuse her of arrogance. But she knows better. Solitude is the ground where truth grows. Jung said we project what we refuse to face. And many women still project fear onto solitude when solitude is often the path back home. The inner descent. Wounds that finally healed. While others look outward for validation, she looked inward. She faced the ghosts she avoided for years. Childhood wounds, hidden abandonments, attachments pretending to be love. Her decision to be alone didn't come from an open wound. It came from a scar that finally closed. She didn't stop believing in love. She stopped accepting counterfeit versions of it. Lessons that replaced pain, emotional adulthood. She knows chaos. She loved until she disappeared. She gave until she broke. She begged for crumbs she should have never tasted. And then she woke up. Not suddenly, through disappointments that stopped hurting and started teaching. What looks like coldness to others is actually emotional maturity. And maturity scares people because it demands truth, presence, depth. She's not unreachable. She's whole. She isn't difficult. People are just used to women who settle. She doesn't want promises. She wants presence. She doesn't fall for performance. She watches for consistency. She's not hard to love. She's hard to perform for, and that's where many give up. If this is resonating, hit like and subscribe so you don't lose this space. And whatever you do, watch till the end. There's something you need to hear, and it lands only when you get there. All right, back to it. Woman who threatens the system. Whole women shake structures. They don't chase, they discern. They don't ask for space. They naturally command it. They don't shrink to be loved. They require love that expands. Her clarity scares those who benefit from female confusion. Breaking the ancestral cycle. Jung said a tree that rises to heaven must have roots that reach down to hell. She's been to her hell. She met fears older than herself. Fears passed down through generations of women who were taught that being alone is failure. She broke the script. She said no to rescuing, fixing, tolerating. She said no to emotional crumbs. She said no to inherited pain. People said she was wrong. She stood firm anyway. First unsure, then aware, then invulnerable. She's not closed. She's guarded by truth. She opens, yes, but only to those who bring honesty, not theatrics. Her intuition sharpened. Her energy turned into a filter. She can sense emptiness instantly, and she leaves without apology. Her transformation isn't aesthetic, it's archetypal. A new archetype of womanhood emerges. She wasn't born to serve. She was born to express. She doesn't wait to be chosen. She does the choosing. Her existence alone breaks old emotional contracts that said a woman's worth depends on who she belongs to. She crossed the threshold, and on the other side she discovered the real relationship begins only after you've found yourself. After walking through her darkness, she no longer fears anyone else's. Her confidence is quiet. Her power is steady. Her presence shifts the room without noise. Jung said everything we integrate becomes destiny, and by choosing herself over and over, she became the author of her life. She doesn't beg for love. She doesn't fight for attention. She doesn't negotiate for presence. She knows her worth, and that changes everything. She wants love, but not the kind that costs her herself. Yes, she longs for love, for warmth, for being chosen, but only in a space where she stays whole, where her softness isn't punished, where her strength isn't feared, where she doesn't have to make herself smaller. If love requires her to break herself, it's not love. This isn't loneliness. It's freedom. The world fears women who don't need, women who don't bow, women who refuse to be molded. They challenge the emotional status quo simply by existing. She isn't alone. She's with herself, and after everything she's survived, that is more than enough. The love that comes after this won't be rescue. It will be celebration, not filling her, but overflowing with her. A whole woman never returns to halves. Before you go, we want you to hear this clearly. We see you. We value you. Not as a viewer, not as a number, but as a person who chooses depth in a world that constantly pushes noise. If this video hit something real inside you, stay with us. Subscribe to our channel so you don't lose the space that actually speaks your language. And if you want to support what we're building here, if you want to say, hey, this mattered to me, you can treat us to a coffee. The link's in the video description. No pressure, no guilt, just choice. The same way you choose everything else now. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one.